of you know, Haiti's still recovering from a tragedy that recently took place there in the form of an earthquake measuring 7.0.
This is the most devastating earthquake to hit Haiti since 1770, which weighed in at 7.5.
This tragedy has focused the eyes and ears of the international community on the western third of this Caribbean island.
But what do we really know about Haiti?
Good question. Christopher Columbus never stepped foot on present-day North America.
What?
Yeah, he basically hit up Haiti.
Wow.
Hung out in Cuba.
Whoa.
And had a couple jump-offs in Central America.
Hey, man. He infiltrated on the island of Hispaniola, which the indigenous Arawak natives called Haiti, which stands for Land of the Mountains. The island was broken up into 5 kingdoms ran by one queen.
The Spaniards enslaved and eventually killed off almost all the Arawaks and stole their land.
That story sounds real familiar.
Too familiar. The Spaniards exploited the land for the gold, tobacco, and especially their sugar.
It's all good, because Haitians had something in store for that land. Spain
controlled the whole entire island of Hispaniola in the 1490s. They even imported African slaves to work their land.
The French deboed their way in 1659 on the western third of the island, which was called Saint-Domingue, which is Santo Domingo pronounced in French. They fought with the Spaniards for many years until they reached an agreement to share control of the island, which resulted in the Treaty of Ryswick of 1697.
After 300 years of enslavement, the Africans successfully staged a revolt lasting 13 years, which eventually led to their independence.
Cheer!
Led by Toussaint Louverture, they successfully expelled the French and controlled the western third of the island.
January 1st, 1804 is when the Haitians officially declared their Day of Independence, which is often celebrated by eating pumpkin soup, which they call soup jumeau. Also, that is the day Dessalines recognized a red and black as the country's flag.
Soup jumeau, red and black flag, what's that about?
Well, red and black, the red symbolizes freedom, black symbolizes death. So I guess acquired freedom through death.
Okay.
Soup jumeau was the meal that the slaves used to make for the slave owners, for the French. I guess they weren't able to partake in the meal in any form or fashion. And after they conquered and killed them, they figured, hey, this is our meal. This is it. We running this. So throughout the world, all Haitians celebrate by eating soup jumeau every January 1st.
Okay. Jean-Pierre Boyer was the first president of Haiti. He worked to restore the country's economy, and he also freed the Santo Domingo slaves from Spanish rule in 1822. He ruled the entire island of Hispaniola until his death in 1843.
Throughout the 1800s, embargoes were put on Haiti to keep them stagnated and to keep their economy from growing.
As a country of slaves successfully defeated one of the most powerful armies in the world. Haiti was the first and only black republic that liberated itself.
Haiti went on the struggle for many years, dealing with outings of presidents, coups, and martial law by the Tontomacuts. They also had a rising population of Lebanese who migrated to the island in the late 1800s. They are now considered the elite force of Haiti civilization today. Did you know they commemorated Haitian soldiers with a monument in Savannah, Georgia?
For what?
For 1779, about 500 freed Haitian soldiers helped the Americans fight against Great Britain for different territories in Georgia.
Oh, wow.
And then they later went on to help liberate their own country.
And Venezuelan leader Hugo Chavez has once again accused the United States of playing God. Spanish newspaper ABC quotes Chavez as saying that the U.S. Navy launched a weapon capable of inducing a powerful earthquake off the shore of Haiti.
It's actually talking about the high-frequency active aurora research program. Oil companies used to use it to look for oil under the ground, and what it is, it's a machine that's based in Alaska, and what they can do is they shoot up radio waves, sound waves into the ionosphere, hits the satellite up top, and then bounces back into the ground, whatever direction that they're searching in.
Okay.
And give a feedback of, you know, how deep is the oil, what kind of oil, is it natural gas, is it, you know, whatever the case may be that they're looking for, which is most likely oil.
Okay.
Now that's at 30 watts.
All right.
Now if they boom it up a little, just a little bit, they can get up to maybe 1 billion watts. It could cause an earthquake.
Wow.
And how it works similar to, like, you know, you in a club.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know, you in a tunnel, remember back in the day?
Okay.
And then the beat is slamming, you know, protect your neck is on, hard body.
Yeah.
And then that feeling that you get of the bass going through your body when you stand in front of the speakers is the feeling, is how the heart machine works. You understand? Right. So when it shoots up there, it goes through the machine. So if you pull it at 1 billion watts, it can actually shake the earth at a specific fault line. You know? And then that's exactly what he's talking about. It was invented by Nikola Tesla.
Okay.
You know, this dude, he makes Einstein look like a special ed student. You know? So that's basically the machine that he's talking about. They're talking about there's no proof. There's proof. There's plenty of proof. You do your homework, you're going to find it.
Are you familiar with the Environmental Modification Treaty of 1977?
Yeah, definitely. That's the treaty where all the world leaders got together and signed the treaty to make sure that they wouldn't use HAARP on each other. And that's actually proof that the HAARP does exist.
He adds that this time it was only a drill, and the final target is destroying and taking over Iran. The existence of a tectonic weapon has never been proved, but its use is often suspected by conspiracy theorists.
Because since 1977, they made each other promise not to use it on each other, but it's okay to use it on your own people.
Something happened a long time ago in Haiti, and people may not want to talk about it. They were under the heel of the French, you know, Napoleon III and whatever. And they got together and swore a pact to the devil. They said, we will serve you if you'll get us free from the French. It's a true story. And so the devil said, okay, it's a deal. And they kicked the French out. You know, the Haitians revolted and got themselves free. But ever since, they have been cursed by one thing after the other, desperately poor.
Do you think this guy's talking about the Bakaima?
Yes, exactly what he's kicking.
Oh, well, the Bakaima, to my knowledge, was the ceremony that the Haitian slaves practiced, in which they was praising to the spirits to give them the power and the force to defeat the French, in order to cover on all angles from the island. Because, you know, the French had the weapons, and, you know, the Haitians had just hands.
The Bakaima is a voodoo ceremony. That's exactly what it was, where it took place up in the mountains, in the wooded areas, and you had runaway slaves who used to run away from the masters, from the plantations, and run up into the mountains, and they used to call them the Maroons, because they as time went on, they went up there and it was starting to accumulate. And then amongst them, one of the leaders was a slave who was traded from Jamaica. And he too was a high voodoo priest, you know, and his name was, they used to call him Papa Loa Bookman. And he got together with a female high priestess. They got together, they did the ceremony, and where they called on the spirits, you know, to help them, all the pantheon of different spirits, to help them conquer the French, who had, you know, military weapons of firepower and things like that. So they were not consulting with the spirit of the Most High God, the creator of heaven and earth, and all of that in them is, you know. And one of his commandments is that you shall not consult with familiar spirits, you know. And so therefore, by doing that, this is what this guy Pat Robertson is talking about. He's not far-fetched, but he just has a couple of things wrong, and I'm here to rectify that.